Howdy folks, this morning's soap is from the Distinctive Goat, and scent on this one here is Bourbon. Comes in a tin screw top lid. Got the alum block without the rubber band. Unscented witch hazel that's methylated. Going to follow up this shave with Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I think you pronounce this Malbolge. The same scent as the beard oil that I was using before I started using the Shaven Sailor. Shaver of the day. Since this is going to be the last day of August, this is a Segal. It is an open comb. It takes a pretty unique blade. So in other words, if you need to take a modern blade and customize the hole, this is what it looks like when you open up the top. Put it like that, then you can load the blade in there. I have a Trig that is. It's made by Treet. There we go. Silver edge. I have a link down below for Douglas's. He's got a video on how you can modify a modern blade to fit in there. And last night I was just kind of eyeballing it, so we're going to see how this blade works out today. Hopefully you can kind of see. I think I pretty much got it cut pretty well. Looks like it's pretty even through there. Pretty unique shaver there. And this is what the blade came in. It's double wrapped also. I've already put a hot towel to the face, and it was mentioned about just wetting the tips, or just putting the tips of the brush. In other words, just loading the tips of the brush with the soap. I'm going to give this a try. Imagine this is going to be a bit messy. Yeah, I'm holding it over the sink. Get started at least a little bit with it. An interesting way of doing this. Kind of thinking this might be the last one. I don't know. I've got a little bit there. I may have to go back and revisit the... Nothing like getting this stuff everywhere. I may go back and revisit the puck there to get some more, but there we go, got to start at least. And go ahead and use the Preshave today. Cube's getting a lot smaller. I was looking to see what kind of DE shaver I could shave with today, since this will be the last time in about a month. And using a DE shaver, one that's kind of unique, that I haven't used in a while. Matter of fact, I don't think I've used since the beginning of the year. And I don't remember for sure whether that, when I used it at that point in time, was it on a video or not. It's been a while. That link I've got down below. I've got one to Douglas's video on how to modify that blade, modern blade, to fit this shaver, as well as link to the website, lock website. I say website, it's just a small little place where they have a little bit of history about the shaver itself, which is pretty cool. I remember when I first saw Douglas, matter of fact, thought it was pretty unique that shaver was made that way, where you just turn the knob and that post comes up and the cap comes up with it. Thought that was pretty cool. I have more than one of these. I have this one here. Like I said, it is an open comb, and you can see it's like a chrome. And the other one I have is more It looks like it's brass to me, as opposed to, it might be gold. Gold color, looks brass though. The brass one though, the knob, when you go to loosen, bring the cap up, this knob would just come right on out. Still works just fine, it's just that the knob doesn't stay in like you would expect it to. It's been a little while since I've used the soap too. I got a link down below for it also. Comment about the synthetic horsehair knot, about how basically it's a stiff knot. It is correct that it does not necessarily splay all that well, which for me works just fine since I usually bowl lather. It's good for, I guess you might say, hard pucks. Maybe just a little bit more water here. This brush here came by the way of Metalworks. Jake doesn't have his site up anymore. He'd mentioned that he was considering starting an Etsy one, but I don't think he's done that, which is a shame. He made several unique brushes and shavers. He even makes knives. I think this is going to have to do. I can face lather, I guess, if I actually have to. Definitely a lot better at the bowl lathering. It does take a little while to learn these things though. Go ahead and get started here. How I was introduced to the Treet Trig Silver Edge was I had ordered a sample pack a while back. Oh, and I should say they come in there's 10 in a box. That's how I got started using these and realized that they're pretty decent blades. Now, I don't think I ever tried to see how many shaves I can get with one of these. Yep, I sure did right there. Yesterday I mowed the grass and noticed that whatever it is going down right there definitely irritated it yesterday. Noticed it this morning that it seemed like it was a lot worse today than what it was yesterday. Kind of felt like I irritated the heck out of it. Yeah. Sure did. I noticed this morning it was swollen quite a bit. Not sure. I didn't know any better. I think something bit me. I stirred things up yesterday when I was mowing. Yep. Let's see. See if I can't get that to slow down a little bit. Yeah, that one's definitely going to sting here pretty soon. You definitely got to, matter of fact, that's a mosquito flying around in the bathroom. Yeah, I don't think it's going to slow down much. This may be one of those times that I use Nivea cream for men. I've got a Steptic pencil around here somewhere. I just haven't had to use it in a while. Looks like this might be the morning I'll have to find it. See if I can get close to them there. It's not too often I get one that bleeds like that. Of course, I did get it pretty good though. I know what that alum block is going to sting. It stings now. I was trying to be careful and I wasn't being careful enough. The first thing I noticed this morning is like, man, that thing looks like it's swollen up overnight. Maybe just a little bit more water. I might get decent at this one day. There's a little bit of soap there that got whipped up right there at the top. See, maybe that's just that little bit will help out there. Just a little bit of blood today. You'd expect that with the shavette or a straight razor. I don't have that sort of thing happen to me very often with the DE. Yeah. This is working up a little bit here. Yeah, I think I'm going to be ball lathering for a while again. At least I guess you might say I experienced it. Distraction by the mosquito there. And the thing is that when I get bit by a mosquito, it does swell up pretty big. I don't know if that happened in the middle of the night or not. I slept pretty good last night after mowing the grass. It was hot yesterday. I noticed yesterday's shave, I should mention it. I had such bad thoughts about that Gillette blue tip. First time I shaved with it, it was I just couldn't get close. close enough shave. And then yesterday's was very good. Smooth, comfortable, did not leave much behind. So in other words, I got better with it. Technique probably got better with over time too. Something I probably should have thought about. I don't even think it had entered my mind back then, that with a milder shaver, maybe buffing strokes would be best with a shaver like that. Trying not to irritate that thing any more than what it already is, because it's good and irritated. Go ahead and show you what this blade looks like. Like I said, it doesn't look as pretty as Douglas's when he got his cut. I think I have a vintage one around here somewhere. See, I got it in there pretty tight. That's what it looks like when you're done butchering it up. But it's not near as nice and pretty on the oval sweep across there, but it doesn't look too bad. Rinse some of that out of there. Need to clean some of the soap out of there. It looks like I got some soap that got built up over time. But this is it's pretty cool. And that's just little things that'll fascinate a person, huh? I dropped my towel on the floor there. Alright, go for the rinse job here. Can't keep on procrastinating putting off that alum block. It's going to be singing right there. I do like shaving with this shaver. I get pretty good shaves with it. Probably cost somebody a wee bit of money to, guess you might say, I'm sure that the patents have expired on it to remake that shaver. It sure would be nice. I think I would pay a pretty penny to get one. I think I would. Excuse me. It's so unique. That twist open and how that cap rotates and looks like that, it is just so cool. It's about like the Gem Micromatic. If you got one, and or anything like me, which might be kind of disturbing, huh? Watching that top cap when it closes, if you close it slow enough, and then with that last little bit when you go to tighten, you'll see that cap move back just a little bit. Considering how old these shavers are. Yeah, boy howdy, that one's it's definitely singing a song down there this morning. Anyhow, it's just the little things I find unique, interesting. Yep, that was the biggest thing right there, of course. Rest is not too bad. I've got lather water everywhere. Yeah, it's not quite as bowl lathering is a wee bit, not quite as messy. This is a wee bit messy. Yeah, it is. You get stuff slopping everywhere. And since I'm the one that cleans this bathroom, yeah, I think I'm going to start bowl lathering again. It's been fun, it's been interesting, but now this is the reason why I don't particularly care to do this sort of thing. This being a tin, I don't know, maybe it's just one of those things. Obsessing over what might start growing, if you will, if you don't get it dried out well enough. Probably just fine just letting it dry and not worry so much about it, but there is that part of me that always wonders about when you leave, you don't get it dried out well enough, what might start growing. I've seen those pictures. Some of those pictures, I don't know what or how they managed to get something to grow like they did in their soap. But boy howdy, it's like, it's kind of like, that's all I need to see is the picture. I don't need to see my own do that. When I was in the Army, they were showing us pictures of like what mustard gas would do to you. Yep, that's good enough. Don't need to experience any of that. Those pictures are good enough for me. So in other words, that day they had us going through had tear gas, had you go through the gas chamber, fit the mask. They could tell if you got a good fit on the mask or not because they made you stand in there a while, otherwise your eyes would start watering and you'd have all kinds of issues. So you stood there with your mask for a little bit, then they have you take the mask off. Everybody had to stay in there until everybody took a good breath of what was in there. Then they would let you out. Not a happy camper that day. Not at all. This is a great scent. I really like this scent. I did find this one here, the lime, ice, and sage. I know it's not available, but I don't know if he discontinued it or not. But this one here I found at Razor Emporium's website, as well as the soap. And I don't have the soap, but I got this because I had the beard oil that scented like this. And this scent is, I got the profile down below. If you take a moment to look at all that I've got down there. This scent though, just right out of the container, it is really nice. Thought it would go well with a Bourbon scented soap. Now that soap, as it goes for the scent, at least per my nose, the scent was fine. I just don't know that I pick up bourbon, and it's my nose. So, how can you say? Manny will be able to tell you about what happens if you trust my nose. He had got some Dorm and does not like the scent of Dorm. Looks like it's finally slowed down a bit. Look at that, boy. I think something bit me. Maybe, I don't know what happened right there, boy. That sure is pretty big. I'll have to be careful tomorrow. It's a good thing I'm using single edges. I have a better luck with being able to measure things real well with a single edge than I do with a double edge. Maybe just something that's wrong up here, who knows. This scent's pretty good. If I remember right, I think at Razor Emporium, I wanted to say it's like at $20. Which usually Douglas's aftershaves, I think, are running closer to 25. So that's not, considering that's not a bad price, how much it's usually running at. But the shaver, you can usually, sometimes they're not always available in between Etsy or eBay. You might be able to find one of these shavers running anywhere from $15 to $25. You want to pay close, if you notice that the one unique thing about this is those notches right there. Now there's an overhang with that blade, but those notches I thought was a pretty good idea so that you can grab the blade and pull it out. That's I mean, just the little things, how this was designed. This is an awesome shaver. But anyway, pay attention to the teeth. I do not think this is going to respond well if a tooth is bent and you try to straighten it. I don't think it's going to respond well. In other words, I think it's going to end up breaking on you. That would be, just looking at it, I don't know for sure what this is made out of, what kind of metal. The ones I saw that had been broken off, when I saw the pictures, it just looked like that. It just looked like somebody may have tried to straighten it, and it didn't go well. In other words, the tooth broke off. So in other words, if that's a big issue about a missing tooth, or if it's bent and just leave it alone, shave with it like that, I wouldn't advise getting one of those. But if you can handle spending $15 on with one that's got a broken tooth, this very unique shaver, this is what it should show you, if you can see it. That's what it looks down there underneath. See, I don't know if it'll focus that close or not. But that's just really cool to me. History about these shavers, I enjoy reading it. It's a lot of fun. Well, I gotta get to work, so I'll have to wrap this up. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.